Hi, thank you. Thanks for being here. I'm going to start with the land acknowledgement. We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, which includes Mississauga of the New Credit First Nations, Haudenosaunee, also known as Six Nations, Neutral, and Métis people. We offer our respect and strive to strengthen our relationship with them. Now, we recognize the significance of the Dish with One Spoon covenant to this land. The Dish with One Spoon covenant is a peace agreement made between Indigenous nations before the Europeans arrived. It characterizes our collective responsibility to each other and Mother Earth. We should take only what we need, leave enough for others, and keep the dish clean. Here in Wellington Halton-Hills, we have so many green initiatives going on, protecting our water, stopping the sprawl, protecting our farmland. We have many unique community initiatives going on. Halton's low carbon strategy plan has been approved, which is very exciting and puts Halton-Hills in a leadership role with some of the front-running communities around the world, targeting 2030 as a goal for neutral carbon, as well as Eden Mills is on track to be Canada's first town neutral carbon. So we have all these local community goals of 2030, and we have conservatives saying the goal is 2050. So here, that's a 20-year spread. It doesn't match up. It's not going to work. We're so lucky to have Mike next door, who I know over the years has lended support and energy and time in helping, combat and support our community through these, just resistant endeavors. And I'm about to introduce Mike, but at 18, I got to cast my first vote and I picked Green Party, and I gave my vote to Green Party at 18. And ever since, I voted Green Party. And despite all the resistance that comes with that, I also lived in Guelph in 2018. So I got to vote for the first Green MPP in Ontario. So I feel like a very special, lucky Green that my vote went to Mike. And I feel even luckier to be next door and getting to introduce him now, hopefully run alongside him and keep fighting the good fight. So thank you, Mike, for having me here, and welcome our fabulous Green Party leader, Mike Schreiner.
Well, thank you, Ryan, so much for that very kind introduction. And I wish I was here joining you in person instead of virtually today. As many of you probably know, I tested positive via rapid test last night. And I just want to say that I'm feeling fine, and that we're going to make the adjustments we need to continue building the momentum our campaign has right now. Coming out of the leaders' debate on Monday night, you've seen a significant upsurge in support for the Green Party's vision and our plans to build a caring, connected, climate-ready Ontario, to offer new solutions to old problems. And Ryan, I just want to say what a fantastic job you're doing in Wellington Halton-Hills, which in many respects is one of those ridings that's ground zero for the effects of Doug Ford's attack on environmental protections. Let's be clear, the Ontario Greens are committed to stopping Doug Ford from paving over our future. We need to stop the sprawl. We need to stop destructive highways through our greenbelt that will pave over farmland and wetlands. And we need to build caring, connected, climate-ready communities. And a major part of that is ensuring that we protect our water, the water that sustains life, the waterways that protect us from flooding. And one of the major threats to water in communities across the province is the gravel mining industry. And the Premier, Mr. Ford, and his government have weakened water protections. They've weakened the ability of municipalities to be able to protect drinking water from gravel mining operations. And his sprawl agenda is also part of an agenda to make it even easier for gravel mining in this province. The Ontario Greens have a different vision, a vision that's about making sure we protect water, that we protect our communities. We understand that when Mr. Ford says environmental regulations are red tape, they're not red tape. They're what protects our health, our safety, our water, the places we love, the communities we want to raise our families. And so that's why today I'm proud to announce our plan to increase water protection and to ensure that Ontario is climate ready. And it starts with a moratorium on new and expanded gravel mining applications. We need a moratorium in place until we fully understand exactly how much gravel and aggregate Ontario actually needs to meet demand, and until we have the proper protections in place to ensure that we protect our water and our communities. Second, we would double the size of the green belt and implement a blue belt to protect our waterways, our moraines, our lakes and rivers, and our wetlands. The wetlands that clean our drinking water and protect us from flooding. You know, the bottom line is, as the climate emergency escalates, we know flooding is one of the major threats to Ontario. And we need to ensure that water stays in our moraines and our wetlands and our lakes and rivers, and not in our basements. And finally, we would bring forward legislation creating a minimum standard for the use of recycled aggregates. This is more fiscally responsible, more environmentally responsible, and ensures that we reuse and recycle aggregates in a way that other jurisdictions that are much further ahead of Ontario are doing. So let's use the best research, science, and innovation to ensure that we maximize the use of recycled aggregate to help minimize the need for new gravel mines. We know the people of Ontario, especially young people, want a climate-ready and livable future. They want to ensure that we protect people and the places we love in our communities. And that's why I'm so proud that the Ontario Greens have been a voice for citizens who are speaking out to stop the sprawl, to stop Highway 413 and the Bradford bypass, and to protect our water, and to ensure that we're ready to address the climate emergency. There is a direct connection between gravel mining, highway construction, sprawl, and climate pollution. So let's build livable, affordable, connected communities that protect the places we love in this province. And that's exactly why we need more green MPPs at Queen's Park.